What is up, people? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a lovely Christmas with your family, and obviously Boxing Day yesterday. I hope you had a fantastic day yesterday as well, with the extra day to celebrate Christmas. And yeah, thank you everybody for helping me get to 180 subscribers. First of all, like I say, it really means the world to me, honestly. Like I say, that has been our next target hit. So we're going to be going for 190 now. Can we get to 190 by next week? That would be lovely. But yeah, honestly, I just can't believe the support that I'm getting at the moment with this channel. Like I say, it means the world to me. And yeah, like I said, there'll be some new additions coming after Christmas, with some new additions to the streams. Obviously, I'm going to start the Champion Prediction Show, where I just do predictions for the whole league. So that'll be added on in the new year. I'm not going to do it over this Christmas period because there's just too many games to be able to, there's too many games to have enough time to do so. But yeah, big up everyone. Thank you everybody for your support. Honestly, it means so much to me. And like I say, the gentleman that always comes up to me at the football at home games and obviously has a word with me and says he likes my videos and stuff, you know who you are. It means a lot to me as well. So big up, and I'm sure I'll see you on Thursday for the Rotherham game. But yeah, that's that. I just wanted to start off with that, obviously, because obviously we did only hit it yesterday, so it's fantastic news really for us. So yeah, let's get into this game. I mean, wow, what a brilliant game this was. Obviously, we were going into this fearing the worst, but obviously not winning at Deepdale in 53 years. With our form as well, there didn't seem to be much hope of us going to Deepdale and winning, especially with Preston being up in the top 7. So yeah, let's get going with the starting lineups first of all for us. So obviously we went with a 3-4-2-1 formation in this one. Obviously Nichols in goal, Lees, Heelick and Boyle, with Kessler, Hayden, Jonathan Hogg, Kasumu and Josh Ruffles, with Jack Redone and Dwayne Holmes and John Rhodes obviously leading the line. So yeah, I mean, there were 4 changes made to the starting 11 from the last game. So obviously John Rhodes came in for Ward, who apparently was injured. I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah, he's injured. Dwayne Holmes came in, Kasumu obviously came back in, and Kessler Hayden came back in too. So yeah, I mean, let's get into the game. So I think first and foremost, you could see from the outset that we were really battling in them early exchanges. But obviously they were looking most likely to score, as we were defending a lot in that half. But again, we showed that resilience, we showed that defensive nous that we've developed over since Mark came in. And yeah, the fact that they dominated the first half but only had 1 goal to show for it, which means we're still in the game, obviously. So full credit to our defence and obviously midfield helping out as well, because they did have numerous chances, and they did, obviously it looked like they were going to score a couple in that first half, because they did have a lot of chances, quite a number of chances, sorry, but we dug deep and we kept going, and we kept, defensively made it hard for them. So yeah, full credit to us. Credit is due there. You've got to give them credit. And I mean, obviously before I get into the goal they scored, the referee was absolutely terrible. I'm sorry, but he was. He seemed to let Preston do what they wanted. Every time they went down, he gave them the free kick. you know, whereas when we went down, it was a completely different story. Like I say, that's kind of come the norm for us, really. We always have the referee against us in every match. So, but yeah, he was even worse than what I've seen ever, you know, this season, really, in my opinion. But yeah, obviously, let's get into their goal that they finally scored in the 34th minute. Yeah, I mean, a set piece. I mean, come on. You know, the corner delivered, got it straight into the box. Obviously, Evans meets it. And yeah, he gets it and he scores. And the one thing I do have to say, though, is I'm not sure how Nichols was beaten at his near post. I mean, because I don't think he should have been. I know that Nichols has been a star player for us since coming into the club, and he's saved us on so many occasions. But because he sets the standards so high, when his positioning isn't as good as maybe it should have been, and yeah, you have to mention it still, of course. So yeah, it did look a bit dubious how he wasn't able to position himself correctly and obviously keep the ball out. So yeah, and to me, you shouldn't be getting beaten at your near post. You know, there's no way. So yeah, so obviously they went 1-0 up. Now in previous games, we've kind of let our heads drop, but in this one we didn't. We kept going, you know, and you know. We did see a reaction from the lads. You know, we did get on. You know, you get more of the ball towards the back end of the first half. Pretty much after they scored, to be fair, the last 10 minutes was the back end of the first half. So yeah, once they scored, we did show a reaction, and that was really pleasing to see, from my opinion. Okay, the first half was not very good, really, to be honest with you. In all truth, you know, we dug in, we kept the score down, and we kept in the game. Which was pleasing, the most pleasing thing for me in that first half. But we didn't offer anything really going forward for me. We had the odd chance, but we didn't really, you know, showcase what we could do. We couldn't really get in the game, to be honest with you. But yeah, obviously in the second half, Preston came out quickly again. Great block by Lees, you know, on the end of it, you know, he threw his body on the line in everything in this match, and that is really impressive for me. He's always Mr. Reliable, always. Like I said, they created numerous chances at the start of the second half, and yeah, but then there was a game changer, and that was from the substitute bench, of course, and Brahima Diarra came on and he completely changed the game. Absolutely, completely changed the game. Yeah, and I just think, you know, a player that is really young still and he's still got a lot of potential. This guy is going to be a star. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, like I say, he came on, changed it. Absolutely fantastic to see him make that impact that he did. And obviously ended up taking home the Man of the Match award, which he deserved. There's no doubt about that at all. The impact and contribution when he came on, it completely changed the game. It did. It completely tipped the game towards us in our favour all of a sudden. Obviously, Diarra chased down the ball from Hayden's launch upfield, got onto the header first, obviously took it past the defender, who then slipped, and then Diarra obviously drove into the box, pulled it back for the man himself, the GOAT as I call him, Jordan Rhodes, and he slots it home. He wasn't missing from there, there's no chance. Obviously equaliser, fantastic goal. Diarra deserves all the plaudits in the world for this one. He was outstanding when he came on, like I said, and he really did. You know, what I like about Diarra, he isn't scared to keep, you know, he plays with that no fear. And at that age, you usually see that, don't you? Obviously, players that just go for it, just go for it and get your off, kind of gets fans off the seats and excites them. And yeah, full credit to him. And obviously, So that was the equaliser from Jordan Rhodes in his 200th appearance for the club. So what a way to that. So that was in the 76th minute that we scored that. So it was a late equaliser, if you could say so. And yeah, and then as you can imagine, once you get a goal in, the momentum is all with us after that. There's no doubt about that. And we looked like that we were going to get the winner. We did, and Preston couldn't get hold of it. Again, Diarra driving from the midfield, beautiful passing to Holmes, knocks it onto Rhodes, and he hits the post. And that was so unlucky. That chat, like I say, we deserved to score that. It was a good chance, and yeah. Yeah, it was a brilliant move as well, to be fair. So absolutely fantastic. And then, yeah, he is the winner, of course. Brilliant link-up play between Ruffles and Radoni down that left-hand side. Obviously, Radoni drives down that side, gets the ball across. A fantastic ball, by the way. It managed to go all the way through to Hayden, who was waiting for a tap-in at the back stick. He wasn't missing from there. So his first goal for the club, 85th minute, and it was scenes in the away end. We were absolutely going wild, as you can imagine. Coming from behind to get to lead, in the space of 9 minutes. It was outstanding. It really was. And obviously, from their perspective, the goalkeeper really should have come out and claimed that, but he was a bit hesitant. And obviously, Kessler Hayden was there waiting, and he nodded the ball over the line. And yeah, but Radoni, fantastic. Ever since he's come into the club, and I'm not just saying it because of this, I just really like watching Radoni. I think he's great. I think he's not always gonna have the best of games. He's not always gonna be on the top of his game, but he always does something in a match for me. I think he always contributes in some way, no matter whether he's on top form or not. But yeah, absolutely fine. Obviously, we saw out the win, and wow, I'm gonna get into my thoughts in a minute. But wow, what a crucial 3 points. It really was, and when we least expected it as well. And that's what Town always do to us. Get as a result, obviously, when everything seems stacked against us. And yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, the celebrations at the end, that you could see how much it meant to the lads. You could, and obviously Hoggy always gives it some when we get a good result, and he did the same here. The usual roar that he does, and shows how much it means to be a Terry. Obviously, he's been at the club for 10 years now, and he's a legend. We love him, and he's just an absolute machine. And yeah, but yeah, I'm going to get into the player ratings of this game. So start off with the goalkeeper, obviously Nichols. I'm going to give him a 6, and the reason being that I'm giving him that score is because, like I say, he did seem to react late to the opening goal, and he couldn't, and obviously consequently he couldn't pour it off the line. For me, he showed what he's capable of. He should really have been keeping that out, in my opinion. Obviously the positioning was poor, like I said earlier, and yeah. But apart from that, obviously he did have a good game, but that's why his score is at 6, because of that kind of mistake that he made. A very rare mistake, let's put it that way. So, but yeah, I always have to be honest with what I see, and obviously, even though he has been brilliant, and I love Nichols, when he doesn't perform, he still he makes an error like that, then he has to. I have to be honest with him, and to myself as well. So. Yeah, that's why I'm giving that. But yeah, big up Nichols, we love you. You're still England's number 1, and you're a legend. So yeah. But yeah, next up, obviously Tom Lees. I have to give Lees an 8. Absolutely outstanding. He made so many important interventions in the opening half hour to help hold Preston at bay, and he continued that in the second half as well. you know what I love? I love to see players literally throwing themselves in front of everything, and that's what Leeds did. And yeah, brilliant defensive display by him, and yeah, that's why I've scored him an 8. Next up, Mikael Helik. I'm going to give him a 7. I think he played really well, to be fair. I think he did. And obviously, he was up against an informed strike for Preston. Obviously, always a difficult kind of player to play against. He's Ched Evans, isn't he? And yeah, he handled him very well, to be fair. And Helik, the amount of head. I know he's very tall, and you expect him to win heads, but he's such a big lad, isn't he? He's so strong and powerful, and that's and come with that signing that when he came in, he's experienced as well, and he really has added something to that back line for us. And then Will Boyle, of course. I think I have to give Boyle a 6. I think he did, defensively he was very good, but again, obviously in possession, he gave the ball away a number of times when going forward. To be honest with you, in some, you've got to be better, really. But yeah, like I say, defensively he was solid. So I'm going to give him a 7 actually. Now let's not be too harsh. I think that he was up against a really tough opponent in Daniel Johnson, of course, who is such a dynamic, great player. Is Johnson, and he's always a tricky player to play against. And Boyle really did handle him very well. So credit to him for that. And yeah, I can't say any more than that. I think he was good, and I think that that partnership, with Helik and Leeds, I think it's a really good combination. So obviously when Pearson comes back, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because obviously we know how good Pearson was for us before he got injured. But yeah, obviously Boyle's come in and got his chance, and yeah, he looked really, really good at times. Okay, he has to be better on the ball though. He has to be better, when he's finding a pass. But yeah, I'm sure that'll come if he keeps working. Kessler Hayden. I'm going to give Kessler Hayden a 6, to be honest with you. I think he did waste a real big chance in that, on the stroke of half time, to be honest with you. He completely missed the ball when trying to connect with it, and it was a great shooting position as well. Sorry. So obviously he definitely made up for it with his goal for sure. There's no doubt about that. But at times he did look a bit shaky throughout the game, to be honest with you. Defensively, at times he's a bit. Obviously, the wing backs, though, arguably shouldn't really have. Obviously they do slot in when we're defending, but the wing backs need to produce going forward more often than not. Really, if I'm honest with you, that's the role of the wing back for me. I mean, obviously they have to help out defensively, but the free, and then obviously, the two central midfielders are the ones that should be coming back in to, and helping out, as well as Hayden and Ruffles. So you get what I'm saying. I think that the role of the wing back has changed over the years, to be honest with you. But yeah, Hayden, I mean, he should have really been scoring. I mean, again, I'm being very harsh, aren't I? Obviously, he did get the winner. It was absolute scenes when that went in. Obviously, he couldn't really miss it, to be fair. And if he hadn't missed it, it would have been an absolute shocker. But still, he still got it. He still got it over the line. He still, scored the goal. Sorry, should I say? So, yeah. So I'm giving him a 6 for that overall performance. That's what I have to give him. Even though he did score, and the scenes were wild when that went in. That's for sure. But anyway, Jonathan Hogg, of course. I'm going to give him a 6. To be honest with you, I obviously got a booking in the first half for a late tackle. But that's not the last time we'll say that, of course, because he loves a tackle, does Hoggy. But I mean, it was a good performance. But again, I feel like he's still finding his feet after a long injury layoff. Obviously, I'm not saying he looks sluggish in any way, and he doesn't look very good, but I think that he's not. Obviously, he's still finding his feet. So I mean, it was a good performance, but of course, he'll want to keep building on these performances. The more minutes he gets, the better he'll become, for sure. So yeah, great solid performance by Hoggy. Obviously, alongside him, Kasumu, I mean, returning to the side again after being injured. I have to give him a 5. I think he was quite wasteful with the ball at times, to be honest with you. He did have his promising moments where he did burst forward to start attacks too. Like I said, not his best game, but dug in deep and kept going, in all fairness, and credit to him for that. And, he never stops running, of course. So, yeah, I have to give him a 5 on that basis. And I'm sure, obviously, on Thursday, next game, it'll improve that score by a few more. Because, like I say, he'll probably be, he'll probably want to be better than what he produced yesterday. But I'm not saying it was a bad performance, because it wasn't, but it wasn't the best. So yeah, but I love him. I think he's been a great addition to the midfield. And like I say, I do expect him to be a lot better on Thursday. So yeah, and then obviously Josh Ruffles, I have to give him a 5. Again, I feel like he struggled to support the attack adequately at times, to be honest with you. Putting himself in positions where his teammates couldn't find him. That's what I noticed. He grew into the game though, and obviously he was involved in the winner, obviously with the brilliant link-up play with Redoni, before Redoni went on and crossed the ball in. But yeah, Ruffles, we know he's capable of more than he produced. So yeah, hopefully we see him produce on Thursday with a better performance. But still a decent performance, and yeah, fair play. I'm sure he'll keep working hard and looking to be more consistent in the future. And obviously Jack Redoni, I have to give him an 8 for me. Absolutely outstanding. Obviously, he was on the right wing for this game to start, which is behind John Road, but of course, got his assist from the left, going up the left. Like I said, fantastic ball in. Like I said, obviously, and puts it on a plate for Hayden to slot home. But yeah, Jack's always impressed me. His work rate is outstanding. He always tries to make things happen. He always wants the ball. That's what I love to see in a player. He always wants to take responsibility in a team. And yeah, he's impressed me since he's come in. But on this performance, yesterday, I feel like he was so good. And yeah, he's a player that excites you for me. He does, because he always looks to make something happen. And he's been a breath of fresh air since he's come in, to be honest with you. And yeah. Brilliant to see. And obviously Dwayne Holmes, I have to give him an 8, to be honest with you. I think he did make some good runs to get in behind the Preston defence, and he was involved in a lot of our better moves as well. So yeah, and like I say, he was causing problems all afternoon, really. So yeah, 8 for me for Holmes. Good performance, and yeah, fair play to him. And he I haven't been his biggest fan, but I'm honest. I don't have an agenda against Holmes at all. I'll say when he's performed good, and I'll say when he's performed bad. So I've got no agenda against him as such. I just think that at times he does go missing a lot of the time. But this season, to be fair, he has been good. So yeah. But yeah, John Rhodes next. I have to give him a 9. Absolutely brilliant. He really was in this one. And like I say, he had to, he tried to come deep to link the play, but once again had nothing to work with inside the box until he got the equaliser, of course, off Diarra's pullback. And then obviously he went on to hit the post after that as well, as we know. Fantastic game from him though. He didn't stop running. Worked hard. And, if he did have more service at times, I can't imagine what he'd be doing in this side. But, yeah, fantastic goal, like I said. But, he wasn't going to miss from there, to be honest with you, in my opinion. And, he's been a goal poacher all his life. And he'll continue to score goals as long as we provide for him. And, like I say, I know he's been linked away in January, but we really need to keep him, to be honest with you, because he does add something to that that attacking line, and he's a great player to have around as well. He loves the club. Like I say, it was his 200th appearance. He loves the club. He is experienced. He can pass on advice to the younger lads, and yeah, he's just a great all-around pro on and off the field. He really is, and he's still banging in the goals. So yeah, ninth for me for that. For Jordan, and then of course the man of the match, it has to be Diarra. Of course it does. He obviously came on for Kasumu in the 71st minute, but yeah, wow, what an incredible impact he made. He really did. An absolute game changer. He just when he came on, the game just ticked in our favour all of a sudden. It was incredible to see, really, and obviously his contribution he made with the assist, and not just that, constantly looking to drive forward, no fear attitude, and just so pacey and quick. Like I say, really young lad. Of course, he's going to be quick at his age, and yeah, he's going to be an absolute star, really, to be honest with you. He's got a big future ahead of him. But yeah, superb how he came on and did what he did. So like I say, a 10 for me. He was the man of the match. There's no doubt about that. And I know that he only had over 20 minutes to get that rating of 10, but he really did make that big of an impact. He literally turned the game on its head, like I say. And yeah, it was just amazing to see, really, it was. And like I say, so yeah, more of the same, Diarra. Like I say, we still have to be careful. Like I say, he's still only young. We don't want to be, he's still got a lot of potential. He's still only young, like I say, and yeah, so let's just keep supporting him. Let's keep giving him minutes that he deserves, and seeing what he can do for the rest of the season. So yeah, the final piece of the show, or part of the show, should I say, not piece, what am I talking about, is obviously my overall thoughts. Yeah, I mean, for me, first thing to take away, what an amazing comeback this was. And like I said, I've said on previous videos about this, is that, once we've gone 1-0 down in the past, we've either capitulated and conceded another, or we've just never looked like getting back into the game. But this was a lot different. We didn't let our heads drop. We kept going. We got our heads up still, and we kept trying to, kept going, and it just had a different feeling to it, this match. In the way we reacted and responded to, going 1-0 behind. Like I say, once they scored, we did show a really positive reaction. And yeah, we really did show what we're made of, in this one. And this performance, it really did have a real grit and determination about it, which in the past has been lacking at times. Let's be honest with ourselves here. And yeah, more of the same, though. We need more of the same of this. That's the key thing to take away as well, because we've shown what we can do. Going to Deepdale, going to a place that we haven't had much luck in the past, and obviously they were flying high. They're flying high at the top end of the league, with being 7th. So if we can go there and produce something like that and get a result like that, then it has to give us hope going forward now. Like I say, a crucial 3 points. It really, really was. A team that was 7 players before the game, going up against, we really did feel like we were up against everything in this one, and we didn't feel right confident, did we? And like I said, we hadn't won there in 53 years. So everything just seems stacked against us going into this one. And like I said earlier, especially with the form we're showing as well, it felt like we had no chance But like I said, Town always seem to produce the unexpected. They always seem to surprise us and keep us on guard. Of course. But yeah, this win, it really does give us hope now, and it can be the catalyst to push on, and it should be the catalyst, to really get out of trouble now. So the gap has been reduced to 5 points, and we've still got a game in hand, and we have the better goal difference too on quite a few teams down there. So that will really work in our favour. I feel like obviously this will have given the team a big boost. It really would. It really would have done, and and especially it's not just okay we won and that breeds confidence, but it's the way we won. The way we fought back. Stayed in the game in the first half, fought back. From 1-0 down to win 2-1. It's even more confidence that it brings with that kind of win. So yeah, obviously 2 massive home games coming up now. Obviously at home to Rotherham on Thursday, and then to Luton on New Year's Day. And yeah, we simply have to get 2 wins out of these and make home advantage count. We have to continue what we've produced in this game into the next game, and that's the key, isn't it? Really, the consistency that we have to bring to the table now. We know what we're capable of. We know that we shouldn't be down there, but we are because of, we've just not been good enough. But we know if we pull our socks up and continue this, obviously we don't want to get too carried away from this result, because obviously it is only one performance, one win. But we have to use this result to our advantage, and like I said, have that, it should be the catalyst to push on. And we may not have the strongest team in the division. I'm not saying we do, because we know we do lack quality in areas, and it has been a difficult season. But when we pull together, we work hard together, we show our determination, spirit, passion. We've seen it in the past. You can achieve anything with that. You don't have to have the best players to be successful. We've seen that, not just from us, from others, other teams as well. So we have to, we have to, no matter what's going on off the field at the moment, and the uncertainty about whether we're going to be able to get players in January, we've just got to keep them performances going and show that, that if we bring that to the table in the next few games, I'm telling you now, we will be very successful with what we're doing in the next few games, and we're going to pick up points. There's no doubt about that. So let's keep going, let's keep pushing, and let's keep believing, Town fans, because there has been a lot of negativity, and me being one of them. I have been, what it is I don't like to see myself as being negative. I just like to see myself as being honest. But it has been it has been a lot of negative stuff, with how I've felt lately about, watching the club. But obviously, that's because I know what we can produce. I know that we're capable of more than we're showing. And, yesterday was what we can produce. So, yeah, let's keep believing. Come on, let's go on Thursday. Let's support the lads. Let's be the 12th, 13th, 14th person in that stadium, and let's roar the lads to another victory on Thursday, because we have to win Rotherham. The situation, I said it before, I said it in my last video, I'd kind of felt like we weren't really going to get much at Preston. Obviously, the surprise was a very nice surprise, but I was kind of saying that the situation doesn't change. Rotherham is still down around us, so we have to win the game. There's no question about that, and we have to continue that momentum that we've got from this result, and keep because if we can get a few results together, and again, if we win on Thursday, if results go our way, we can be off the bottom for the first time in a while. So again, that will breed confidence and that will give that progression that we need to climb that table. But like I say, I'll reiterate the words again. If we continue to produce what we produced yesterday on that field, no matter what quality we've got, we will get more wins to see us safe. That's just my opinion, because no one comes close to us when we show our passion, determination, and fight. There was so much fight in that performance. We never gave up, and it was brilliant to see. It really was. But yeah, roll on Thursday. Obviously, I will be back tomorrow for a preview to the game against Rotherham, of course. So stay tuned for that. It has been a bit of a long one this morning, but and I'm sorry, I probably waffled on too much. I hope you haven't been bored, but I've had a lot to say about this, and of course, as you can see, I'm very, very happy and delighted with this, as we all are after the result yesterday. And it's nice to be a bit more positive, because I love being positive. People know that, and it's nice to smile. I've literally been smiling the whole time in this video. I'm sure I have. So yeah, like I say, guys, please keep hitting that subscription button. If you have come across this video out of chance, it is free to subscribe. And like I said, I am on the road to 190 subscribers. That's my next target now. We're only 10 away from that. So please hit the subscription button. It would really mean a lot to me, honestly. I can't thank everybody for their support so far. And it was just the ending to the most amazing day yesterday, when I saw that I hit 180 subs, which obviously was my target to get to next. So as always, thank you everybody for your support. I know I said it earlier on, but honestly, it means the world to me. So yeah, please hit the like button as well. It does help with the algorithm. So if you do like the video, if anybody doesn't know, if you like the video, it does help the video get noticed. So that'll mean a lot to me too, and really help the video get views and grow the channel. And yeah, comment your thoughts, Town fans. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you thought of this win. Let me know anything you want to say. Like I say, I always reply to your comments. So put them in the section below, and I will respond. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game. How good was Diarra? Let me know. Let me know how good he was. How impressed was you of this performance? And what do you think? Do you have a bit more hope now going into the next few games? Because I know I do. But yeah, let me know anything you want to suggest, anything you want to say in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you as always. And as always, you can follow me on my socials, Twitter and Instagram, HTFTV8. So please go and give me a follow on those as well. And click the notification bell on if you haven't already, and that way you will never miss a video that I upload. Of course, I promote via my socials, but yeah, if you hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification automatically. So yeah, but yeah, thanks everybody for watching this video. Like I said, I hope you liked. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Have a good day, and up the town. Come on, you Terriers. Let's keep building.